My life is a movie is probably a lyric you've heard before, but in 2025, I'm going to be turning that lyric into a reality. My name's Ashton. I'm a 17-year-old living in upstate South Carolina. Going into 2025, I have a lot of goals, dreams, ambitions, and I know a lot's going to be happening and changing in my life. I have a ton of goals getting ready into this new year. For example, I have a lawn care and landscape business, and I've been growing it for the past 3 years, but this year, my goal is to make $300,000 in revenue. Another thing I absolutely love doing is fitness and the gym and working out, like all that. So I've got different milestones I want to hit in like the major lifts. I want to start running, martial arts, like all these different things. I want to hit these milestones in the gym, and I also want to get leaner. I have a lot of big goals that I'll go into later in the video, but how will I keep myself accountable to them? How will I make sure I don't just give up on them halfway through the year? Well, ladies and gentlemen, not only have I created a foolproof plan to keep myself accountable to these goals, but if executed correctly, it will turn my life into a movie. From a very young age, I've always loved creating videos, movies, anything. I've always loved to learn new editing techniques, learn new special effects, make up new stories, find new ways to capture things, just everything. I've always loved it. But in the last year or so, I've kind of fallen out of touch with that hobby. But with my new plan, I've created a way to not only keep myself accountable to these goals, but to also re-enter the world of video creation and to make an awesome movie. Check it out, we're in a tree. But this plan I've created is to make a vlog every single week, and then at the end of the year, combine them all and make it into an actual super cool movie. So what are these vlogs gonna be about? Well, I plan to try and capture my everyday kind of vlogs about what my week's been like, what things I've been up to, how I'm keeping myself accountable to these goals. I really want to show the process of what it's like to run a business as a 17-year-old, what it's like to, do all these different things, stay lifting, and try to make myself a better person, through all these different parts of my life. I want to show the highs and the lows of everything, and I want to truly capture the process and document the hard work that goes into these things that I want to accomplish. Out the tree, boys. So you might be wondering, what are these goals you keep? Look at my script. So you might be wondering, what are these goals that you say you're gonna accomplish? So what I did was I first started out and I listed, did a journal. What kind of things do I want to do? What kind of person do I want to be? What kind of person do I not want to be? Basically, I separated two boxes and I put be and not be. And I listed out different things. So for example, I don't want to be someone who scrolls on my phone all the time. I do want to be an active and in shape person. I don't want to be someone that's easily controlled by my fleshly desires. I do want to be someone that has, a lot of self-control, a lot of discipline. I want to be a reader. I want to be an athlete. There's so many things I want to be. So how can I become them? What goals can I set to get me closer to being the person that I want to be in a year? I combine this process with also just some things I'm generally just ambitious about, and created a list of goals for myself that I've divided into 4 categories. So the first category is faith. Comes number 1, my faith in Jesus Christ. What can I do to get closer to him and become a better Christian, a better man? Fitness. So what, athletic things do I want to accomplish? What things do I want to do to get better in that regard? Finance / yard sarge, which is my business. So what things do I want to do? What goals do I have for my business? What milestones do I want to hit there? Also, how do I want to handle my own personal finance? How is that going to work? And then finally, day to day. So lost the F theme there, but what do you do? So day to day, what things do I want to do on the daily basis? What do I want to be my daily habits? So I'm gonna bust out the list and I'll go through them now. Hopefully going through these goals will keep me more accountable to them, because I'll have listed it out, for however many views I get on this video. 2 views, but all 2 of you people will be like, we'll see at the end of the year, did I accomplish them or not? Let's go through it. Bam. Also, hopefully on screen I can show some cool boards I made that'll go in my room to help me decide my goals. So first, faith. Faith is kind of a hard thing to set goals for, because how I believe you should set goals is specific, measurable. Achievable is the one I'm iffy on. I forget what the R is for, and then T is for timely. So set a time on your goals. So for the most part, I've got that on these. We could use a little work on getting it exactly to match that format. For the most part, these goals measure that. But faith is a hard thing to quantify that for, because you can't like measure like, oh, how close am I to Jesus? But you can do different practices that will hopefully get you, you know, more on that journey. So here's my goals for faith. Read my Bible for 10 minutes a day, pray for 10 minutes a day, fast from food 1 day a week, and that's my faith goals. We're gonna move this camera real quick because it has a difficult location to film. It's really hard to film yourself without a tripod. I used to have like all this video equipment, and then like I said in the intro, like I got rid of it, and now it's a lot harder to film myself. So then my fitness goals is to bench 225, squat 375, and deadlift 405. Of course, these are all in pounds. Run a 10-mile race, which is new. I definitely have been, you know, doing weightlifting for, you know, 2 or 3 years now, but running a whole race, haven't done a race in a long time. I did a 5K, I think 3 years ago was the last time I ran a 5K, and the only reason I run that was because it was in my neighborhood and no one else was running. So my goal is to run a 10-mile race, which means I'm gonna have to be doing a lot of running. Do 3 months minimum of a martial art. So I'm probably gonna try Muay Thai. I've heard American kickboxing is the best, but I just haven't been able to find a school for that in my area. So Muay Thai is gonna be what we're going with. Learn a handstand and a backflip. So those are more like calisthenic kind of things that I also like to learn. So hopefully this year I obviously do a lot of like gym, like just pushing heavy weights, like training, but also some like more functional stuff. That'll hopefully be something to where I could even, it's not a goal to work out twice a day, but I would love to get to the point where I did 2 workouts a day, one of like heavy weightlifting and another of, you know, running, calisthenics, like something different, martial arts, like just something different, and start to spice up and become more diverse as an athlete. Finance / yard sarge. I have a lot of goals in this one. Make $300,000 revenue total for the business, profit $100,000 on that, which would be a fair bit. You know, have to put some in savings for the business to be ready for that, reinvest a little bit, hopefully still be able to reinvest some and have that not come out of the profit, but you know, do what we got to do. But profit 100,000 in yard sarge would be awesome. Mow 150 yards per week, so that's a big goal, to, you know, just have that number of yards. 150 yards a week equates to like 30K per month if you can keep it at 150 yards every week, 4 weeks a month. So that would be a sweet goal. Upsell a new service each month. So this is something I learned recently from the super cool YouTuber Mike Andes, Lawn Care King CEO, like I don't know what you call him, but he has like 150 lawn care franchises, owns all these other businesses. Like he's crazy. Really look up to him. Something he told me on a video call, it's one-on-one, but like 6 people in him, and something I asked him was like, hey, how do I sell more services to clients? And he said, well, make a list of 1 service per month you're going to upsell to your clients and pitch them that. So that's one of my goals this year, is to upsell a new service every month, maybe a one-time service or a reoccurring service or something, but to, you know, find some different services that are season specific that I can do for my clients. Build a website. That's a goal I want to get done within the next, like, you know, three weeks or so. Employ 2 crews. So have 2 crews working for me, whether that's 2 guys and then me and 1 guy, or 4 guys doing their own, you know, as 2 crews, whatever it is, but some kind of two crews working for me. Personal, live by and create a monthly budget. So I want to make a budget each month and live by it, and use that to help me do well with finances. And then this goal is iffy. I am not sure about this goal, but it'd be fun if I did it. Once I have 50,000 in a savings account, buy a jet ski. Don't know if I want to do that for sure or not, but if I've got 50,000 and it's June, I think I'll buy a freaking jet ski, bro. All right, now our last category is day-to-day goals. Number 1, stop scrolling. So get out of this bad habit. I really have this bad habit of getting home from, you know, doing jobs, working, and I'm like, oh, I'm tired. I'm just gonna sit down and scroll for 15 minutes, like watch shorts or Instagram reels or whatever it is. And I think I'll be like, oh, I'll just 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And then you get to that and you're like, oh, I'm gonna do a little more, like a little more. And you end up, like, by the end of it, you've scrolled for 3 hours and you have no motivation to do anything now because you've fried your brain. So I wanna cut that habit off. So consume no short form content. So that's part of stopping scrolling. Only use social media on computer. So obviously, as growing my business, it's going to be important to use YouTube, Facebook, Instagram to, YouTube kind of to learn how to grow my business, and Facebook and Instagram to post and to try and get attention for my business. And that's going to be like something I want to do. So my goal with that is to only use it on computers so that I'm not, get distracted into scrolling. It's much easier to sit down and be productive when you can use a computer. Create a vlog every week. So starting now, make a movie at the end of the year. I don't know if that necessarily goes into the day-to-day category, but it couldn't fit in anything else, so it's here. Read 20 pages of a book a day. And then in filling the place of scrolling, I need, the only way to kick a habit is to replace it with something new. So I was like, what can I do to kind of to give me something that is something I can do to kind of relax, something interesting to do when I'm not working. So I put learn new hobbies and gave some specific examples. So these are more broad. It doesn't necessarily have to be these different things, but I just want to kind of explore and find more useful things to put my time into. So hobbies are chess, calisthenics, woodworking, and movie watching. I know you're like, movie watching, why'd you put that in there? I thought you were trying to use your time better. I feel like I have ruined my ability to enjoy a movie with short form content. I just, movies bore me, and they shouldn't. I want to be able to enjoy stories and movies again, because I used to love movies, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, all these different things, and now I feel like I can barely pay attention to it. So I want to actually not become someone that watches 3 movies a day and just gets home from work and watches a movie, but someone that starts to enjoy movies again and can enjoy watching them with my family, with my girlfriend. Watching movies by herself is a little weird, I think, but just enjoys it. So that's a hobby I want to get into. So overall, those are my goals for the year. In addition to these goals, I have some cool events I'm looking forward to that I'm really excited to vlog and to document. Get ready, because these are a little crazy. So prom, graduating, I'm gonna graduate high school. That's gonna be cool. A mission trip to Costa Rica with my church. And then, drum roll please. Y'all ready for this one? This one's crazy. I want to get engaged to my beautiful girlfriend, Corinne. And I'm setting that as a goal this year. Once I turn 18, I'll be able to pull that one off. Hopefully Corinne she'll definitely be in some of these videos. Because she's like my best friend. So of course she's going to be in the videos. So there you have it. Those are my goals for the year. So I'm going to be uploading a video every week here to keep myself accountable, to update how things are going, to document interesting things that happen in my life, hopefully to get better and improve my skills in video editing, in storytelling, in documenting my life. Hopefully, we'll get better camera equipment. I don't know. We're going to see how long this mustache lasts. I might shave it in a week or two. We'll see. It's been going 1 week. I need to shave the chin and stuff, but we'll see. 1 week mustache. Nah, I don't know if that's good or bad. Some people are telling me, oh, that's crazy, and some people are like, oh, that's bad. So we will find out. But yeah, I'm super looking forward to 2025. I'm gonna crush it. It's gonna be an amazing year, and I want it to be the first year that I really lock in for the whole year. I'm a very motivated and ambitious person, but I've always zoned in and out of how locked in I am to different things. I'll get really into the gym for 2 months, and then something will happen that'll break my streak of going, and then I'll slow down for a minute. Or this year, like 2024, I was going crazy with my business in the spring, and it was going well. I was getting new milestones. Like 12 grand was my biggest month back in April. Like, it was crazy. I was getting so many new customers, and everything was just going crazy. But then I got really overwhelmed with the stress, and I didn't force myself to push through it and to keep growing at that rate, and I didn't fight as hard as I could have. I've gone through periods where I was like so obsessed and locked in on goals, and then it just disappears a little bit. And I don't want to be that. I want to lock in for a whole year. Imagine what could I do? Like, I know I don't want to be overconfident or cocky, but I know I'm so capable of things. And if I really locked in for a year straight, like, what could I do? What could happen? How could I grow as a man, as a Christian, as a businessman, as an entrepreneur? Everything. How can I grow in those ways if I really
focus for a year straight? How can I grow, like, as a video creator, like, whatever it is, in, you know, physically, how can I grow, you know? Like, I know I can do better than where I am right now. And I don't think I'm in a bad place. I think I'm doing very well with a lot of things, but I know I'm not reaching my potential. And I would love to end 2025 being like, wow, this is the year that, like, I have no regrets. I have nothing that I look at and I'm like, man, I should have followed through on that. I should have gone better. And I don't, like, look at this year and be like, oh, like, this year sucked. Like, I'm proud and I'm impressed. Like, I don't want to be arrogant, but, like, I'm impressed with what I've accomplished, and I'm happy with it. But I know I can do better, and that's what I want to look at next year. Like, I want to go through the whole year saying, I can do better. Come on, I'm going to do better. Not I can, but I will do better, and actually do better, and create a new, like, reality. Watch new things happen and explore and create new things, and really reach my potential. I accomplish all this in 2025. Well, what will I accomplish in, you know, 2030, 2035? Like, how can I build? So I guess I go on a little bit of a rant there to say 2025, I'm going to make my life into a movie, and I'm going to document it, and I'm going to accomplish crazy goals, and I'm going to really go after it. And 2025 is going to be an amazing year. So yeah, I'll end the video here, but 2025, I'm making my life into a movie, and y'all should subscribe and check out the journey.